So for this week's challenge, I wanted to make a video showing you how to use the tool EdPuzzle, which is a really cool video tool that integrates seamlessly into Google Classroom, and demonstrate that by making an EdPuzzle of this video. So it's kind of like a mirror looking into a mirror looking into a mirror, but that's what we're going to do this week. Is we're going to look at this tool called EdPuzzle. When you go to edpuzzle.com, you're going to want to click this teacher version, but I've already set up my account, so we're going to go to log in. It looks similar to when you start there, and so you're going to click on teacher, and then anytime on any website that you have the opportunity to log in with Google, I totally suggest you do that, because then it saves you from having to create an email and another password to remember. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to just authorize me real quick. It's going to say, can I use your Google account? I'm going to say, yeah, use this one because I have a couple in there. And then it's going to log me in. And notice I've already imported a couple of classes from my Google Classroom, but how you would do that is you would just import from Google Classroom right here, and that's going to become important later. So I'm going to demonstrate for you by creating my own EdPuzzle. So I'm going to go to the search bar up here, and there's lots of different types of videos you can search here. On the left you can see you can search straight from YouTube, Khan Academy, etc. So you don't have to go actually out to the video's home site, get the URL and come back in. You can actually just do it straight from here. So I know that the video I want's on YouTube, and I know it's a Matt Miller video. This is a video that I've seen before and I thought would be good to use for a tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and look for that. And I need to add ditch that textbook because that is who he is. It's his blog there. Okay, now we're getting closer. So this is the video right here, this 5 Google Classroom tricks. I watched this before and thought it would be really good to use with staff. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a copy of it. And that's going to save in my content right here. And what this is him talking about 5 different classroom tricks that he uses that makes classroom a little bit more productive for him. And what I want to do is I want to edit out the video into separate tricks so that you don't have to watch the whole 14 minutes and 48 seconds. I want just a couple of those. So I want to keep the original though, because I want to go back to it and make another copy so that I can do each one of the 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and it's going to bring up this editing window, and I'm going to duplicate it. So that gives me the original, and now I can edit this down, but I still have the original to work down to edit with another one. So I'm going to edit this one, so I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go to edit. And what this does is it brings up the window, and now I can crop it. I can add an audio track to it, so I can talk over the video if I want to. I can add audio notes, or I can add quizzes, which are like questions. And what those do is it stops the video and asks a question, and the student has to answer it to be able to move on. So it makes the video not just something that they're passively doing, but something that they're doing interactively. Okay? So to crop the video, what you do is you just move, you find the part of the video that you want, and I know that my videos, where I want it is a little bit beyond this, and then I just move the red bars to make it start and stop whatever I want. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll come back and show you the next step. So now you can see I've cropped out the part that I want, and in this particular part he's talking about the different types of comments you can leave students in Google Classroom. And I've taken it from a 14-minute and 48-second video to a 2-minute and 7-second video. And this is really nice in case you've got a longer video that you want to break up into chunks for your students. Like I have this one I want to break up into chunks for teachers. Or if you just don't want to worry about stopping and starting a video, you can edit it right here and only use the part that you want. That's a super cool feature. So now we're going to add some questions to this video, and questions are nice because it will stop the video and make this video interactive. So students have to answer the question before the video moves on. So I already had previewed this and decided where I wanted my questions to go. When you're in the questions tab, you get this little green question guy right here, and you just move it to where you want to insert the question. So the first question I want in here is at 46 seconds. Right there. So I'm going to put the cursor where I want the question to pop in, and then I'm going to hit the question. And I have an open-ended question option. I have a multiple choice question option, or I have the option to type a comment that just pops up as students are watching something. You can make a note or a comment there, and then they can say, okay, I see that, and then move on. So I'm just going to go to the question part because it's an open-ended. Notice I can put links and pictures here. I can also do formulas and subscript, superscript. So there's lots of options for your text as well. So that's kind of a nice feature. So in this part, I want to ask, when would you use a class comment? Okay. And I want that to be open-ended because I want teachers to think about, well, when would I use a public class comment? And so I'm going to click Save. So now that question is set there, and I know that because there's a little green question box here, and if I ever want to know what that question is, I can always just click on that question box. So the next one I want to do is at 1:25. So I'm going to move this to 1:25. Okay, so I'm right here, and so I'm going to click on this green question. And this one I want to be multiple choice. So I'm going to type in the question here, which is, where do you leave a private comment for a student? And then you put the options in here, which is in the class stream. It's going to be one of them, which is the wrong answer. And then we're going to add in the assignment, which is the right answer. So we're going to put that in there. And notice again, even in your answers, you can put pictures, you can put links, a lot of different options there. And you can add answers down here. But those are the only two answers I want for this one. So I'm going to save it. So now I've added all of the questions that I want to add to this particular video. So now what I can do is I'm going to finish it right here. And so you can see I get a window that has some options here. You can assign to a class, or you can share with anyone. So if you're working with another teacher, that's a handy option because you guys can share lessons and share video lessons through that. You'll notice my classes are here, and so I can assign it to a class. So I'm going to assign it to test class right now because I just want to test this out. And you have some superpowers. You can prevent skipping, or you can give it a due date. And so I'm not going to give it a due date here because it's going to get a due date when I assign it to Google Classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to the test class. Now this class is the one that lives in EdPuzzle. So I'm going to send it. So it took me to my classes, and my test class is right here. And you can see that the video that I just did is right here. And so with my final step, what I can do is post it to Google Classroom, and that's automatically going to take me to Classroom, and it's going to take me to that class, and it's going to give me an assignment window. And so I can change this to comments in Google Classroom, and this tells me what classes I'm going to do it for. I can give it a due date, so date and time, and now I can either assign it, schedule it for a later time and date, or save it as a draft. But I'm going to go ahead and sign it. And so it tells me that I've posted it to my class. So I can click here and look on the view, and this is going to take me to my class stream. And there you see it's right there. And it's as easy as that. You didn't have to go between the two different apps. It worked and did that for you. So I'm going to make another quick little video that shows you what it looks like from the student perspective. So if you're interested in this, you can go ahead and check that one out as well. Thanks for watching.